have all of you today joining this discussion, wherein me, along with my team, we will be giving you a detailed walkthrough on how essentially can you leverage LARC as a unified communication and collaboration platform, not just to ensure that the education continuity in your institution, in your respective departments is maintained, but also how can you leverage it to build a better learning environment for all your students by way of bringing together all the key capabilities of exchanging the messages, any of the critical files, storing all the documents at the same place, so on and so forth. So, in the interest of time, I'll quickly introduce my team to you. So, we have Pradeep Gangawane, who heads our pre-sales function for LARC in India, and also is the key enabler for us building specific solutions to cater to education institutions. And Prathamesh Patkar, who is a very key member of our customer success team in India and has been primarily instrumental in getting all our clients up the curve and ensuring the success while they go on this journey of using LARC with us. Once again, would want to thank all the respected faculty members, especially Dr. Shashi, Vice Chancellor Dr. Nagaraja Ramarao, Registrar Dr. Vasudevan, and some people who would be coordinating going forward with us, Dr. Ram and Dr. Karupasamy, who had been kind enough and who had volunteered to coordinate for ensuring LARC adoption throughout the Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education. So thank you so much for that. And I would now want to hand it over to my colleague Prathamesh and Pradeep to start this session, slowly and steadily introduce you as to how it is for not just you, but all your students also to download LARC, adopt LARC in their day-to-day working, in their day-to-day learning environment, and help you with building some of the relevant use cases for your institutions. Over to you, Prathamesh.
Saurav, sorry to interrupt. Saurav, sorry to interrupt, but in the many of the audience, this is the first time they are going to see LARC or hear about it. So, would you? I was hoping you might have given them an introduction to the platform, just a quick 3-4 minutes introduction to the platform, and then get on to the demo. I'm sorry, I didn't want to break an agenda, but did you have plans you to do it, or Prathamesh is going to do it?
I think, thank you so much, Ashok, for highlighting that. I would hand it over to Prathamesh for that while giving a walkthrough of the platform. The time we start giving the walkthrough of the platform is the time we would also be introducing the platform so that they are able to exactly relate the core capabilities with what they actually see today during the meeting.
Okay, and this session is recorded, right?
So I'm just going to start recording this session. I wanted to seek the permission of the faculty members, the respective faculty members, for us to start recording the session so that I can share the recording later on.
Yes, so we could share this recording with Ram and Dr. Karupasamy. So maybe for faculties who might attend a little bit late, they could use it to see later.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that confirmation, Ashok. I've started the recording. So we'll be recording this session and we'll be duly sharing it with Dr. Ram and Dr. Karupasamy.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Before you start, just a few words I'd just like to say, Saurabh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening to all. So basically, at Kalaslingam University, we have signed up as as a partner of LARC to be our communication and delivery partner going forward. And this is basically to give an overview demo to all the faculty members and our stakeholders, so that we do a trial period initially, find out what all are the best case use cases for us, and share our feedback with the team. So the demo will be given in terms of, because we envision this as a single platform for communicating and kind of doing all our classroom teaching activities going forward. So let us be vocal about the feedback. So like today, the demo would be given by the LARC team, and then I think the access would be enabled for all our faculty members and a few selected students going forward as well. So whatever in terms of use cases we have, whatever in terms of issues we face, whatever the positive things we face, both positive and negative, let us try to consolidate that and share with Ram Harish, so that he passes on to the LARC team as well. Wherever changes can be made, let's make it as well. Yeah. So I'll hand it over to the LARC team. After they finish, in the end, I'll summarize a bit there. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Dr. Shashi. And sir, as you rightly said that we are absolutely open to take feedback from the respective faculty members as well as students and work towards ensuring as to how can we support all the university, the entire university in the best possible fashion. Rest assured, the team, me and my team are very, very open to your ideas, and we'll be working together with the people who will be coordinating from your side very, very closely to ensure a deep integration. But I would also respect you. I would also request each one of you to start actively using Lark after today's session for the trial period, so that we can have a very, very honest feedback and we can go back to our drawing boards, work on that, ensure that all of us are successful in this journey together. On that note, I'll hand it over to Prathamesh.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the faculty members as well as the management as well to join this call. I am hope I am audible to everyone. So I'm start sharing my screen. So before jumping into the demonstration part, I would really like to give you to a lark introduction to all the faculty members as well as the management. So Lark is Lark Technology PT Limited is headquarters in Singapore, and we have our offices in India as well, in Mumbai, Delhi, and Bangalore. And we have almost catering all our services and all our solutions to all the industries, right from the education industry to the financial industry to the agriculture industry as well as to the internet and IT industry as well. So we are providing our different solutions depending on their requirement and depending on their use cases what we have. We are providing all these particular solutions to all the across industries, and we have almost uh, 200 to 300 plus clients in India. And we are definitely they will definitely like to see Kalasalingam Institute on Lark and use our platform seamlessly. So you should have a very seamless experience on the Lark. So when I say Lark, Lark is a communication and collaboration tool. When I say communication, it has a messaging platform that is an instant messaging platform. It has also a voice and video capacities. It is also having a calendar functionalities wherein you can create a customized calendar depending on your classes, depending on your lectures. And then we also have the documents and drive wherein you can store your important material, whether it is any important notes, whether it is any important videos, whether it is any important presentations, as well as you can create a document or create an assignment or maybe create a content on the Lark, that is on the Lark document. You must have know about your Google Docs and Google Sheets. Similar to that, we also have a Lark document and Lark Sheets as well. So this is our website. You can very well go on our website to check all these particular features and functionality which is there. However, I will definitely cover all the features and functionality which are very much required for the education industry, and I'll try to cover that as well. So here is the website link, that is www.larksuite.com, wherein you can just put it inside your browser and you can visit that particular website as well. So with that note, we can we would like to start a quick demonstration part. So before demonstration, what we have already done also is that we have successfully uploaded all the faculty members' data, that is their phone numbers as well as the email address, all the 300 odd faculty members as well as some few classes, that is a couple of classes students' data as well. So after this call, you will receive a notification or invitation on your phone, that is on your SMS. Can I request Saurabh to please mute everyone? Saurabh?
I had muted everyone. Yeah, I'm not too sure how are we hearing this one. I have even turned. Okay, so one second. Okay, so I believe it should be on mute now. I've turned off the feature wherein people can unmute
Okay,
themselves.
thank you. So everyone, all the faculty members as well as the students will receive an SMS with the link of that you have
Yes, I have put everyone on mute again. I'm not too sure how the people are muting themselves, but again, would request each one of you, in case it is still unmuted, please place yourselves on mute. We have close to 230 people for today's session. Let us let us request each other's time. Let us kind of respect each other's time. Uh,
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, Prathamesh, you can continue. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So after this call, we had, as I mentioned that earlier, that we have uploaded the data of all the faculty members as well as the students, the selected student. You will receive an SMS with the link that Mr. Ram Harish has invited you to join. The LARC for communication and collaboration. So this is how a UI will look like on your SMS. You will receive this kind of a link with the SMS, and then you can further then go ahead and download the LARC on your device and log in. Not a sign up, just click on login. And once you log in, you will have an option to enter the email, and then you will receive an OTP, or you will receive OTP wherein you can log in on the LARC. This is from the mobile. However, if you wanted to log in using your laptop, you can receive you can download LARC, or you can use the web version of LARC, wherein you just have to click on login, and then as soon as you log in, you have to enter the email address on which you have received the invitation link, and just enter the verification code, and then you are set to go to use the LARC as a platform. So I think this covers the user activation part. Very simple, very two-step user activation part, wherein you will automatically receive an verification. Sorry, you will receive download the application as well as with the name of Mr. Ram Harish, and then you can further then download the application, or maybe use the web version of the application. So as soon as you open the application, what we have is the different modules in place. When I say different module in place, we have a communication platform, that is a messenger platform. We have a calendar over here. We have a document drive wherein you can create the content, you can store the content, and then we also have certain workplace application which can be further elaborated depending on the requirement. So as a teacher or as a faculty member, once you join, what you can do is you can simply click on the plus sign over here and click on the new group. Once you click on the new group, depending on your class, you can name that particular class as a class FY IT. And as soon as you click on that, and then you can further search the student's name from the organization structure. For example, for me, these are the three students of my class FYIT, and I can create a chat group with them. Now, as soon as I create a chat group with them, I can start communicating inside that, depending on my requirement. Maybe circulating any important document inside that. For example, any lecture notes, or any important video which is there inside the which I need to send it to all the students. I can simply send inside the group chat as well. Now the best part over here is you are not restricted, or you are not there is no such limitation on sending out the file. You can send up to 300 MB file, 400 MB file, or 500 MB file as well inside the group chat. Unlike the other platform, that is a WhatsApp or maybe an email, where you have a restriction that this file can be sent, and you have to find out another solution wherein you can send that particular file across. Wherein right now on the group chat, you can send any file inside the group chat with your students, and then student can further download and then learn on their own. On the second part over here is you can very well control the communication inside the group chat. Now when I say control, you will have option to decide like who can talk inside this particular group. When I say who can talk, you can decide the post permission over here, that anyone can send message, only group owner can send message, or only selected members can send message. Like that, on by doing this, you will be able to control with all the student, that student can only listen to what you are sending out, and then you can only post all these notes and information which has been circulated by your class teachers, or maybe a different subject teachers inside that. You can very well invite the other faculty members who are also responsible for teaching the FYIT. For example, let's say assume that Saurabh is another faculty member who is responsible for teaching them a maths. So you can very well invite them, and then he can also share the important material, important document or PDF inside that, and notes inside that. And this is how you can start communication with your separate classes on the lark itself. Now the best part over here is you do not have to save any number on your phone, any number on your device or laptop or anything. It is just a directory which has been created from the backend. We are exploring multiple ways to interact with your existing system. However, the faculty members do not have to worry about having any mobile number in place or any contact details in place. It is just available freely and easily inside the lark itself. You just have to search the name, and you can start communicating with that particular faculty as well, one-on-one communication. For example, any guidance on the maths lecture or any guidance on the science talk, you can very well go on and search the fellow faculty member as well. You can very well pin this important document inside the group. Now, when I say pin this document, you will have an option over here, three dots, and then pin. Now, for example, you find that basically this is a video which is very important and which will be very helpful for the entire. Saurabh, can you just clear annotate? Yeah.
Yes, Prathamesh, just a second.
Yeah. So this video can be very well helpful for all the students which are there, and it can be used during the examination. You can pin it so that this can be considered as a very much important file, and it can be easily accessible for the students, and they can simply go to the pin option, and they can search that particular option. So now you are also able to track whatever you have sent inside the group chat, or whatever you have shared with the students. Earlier to that, I'm sure that you must be using a different platform, maybe a WhatsApp, maybe a Gmail, or maybe any other platform wherein you are continuously sending out the information, maybe a notes, maybe a videos, maybe a PDF, wherein you don't have maybe a track on those particular sharings. However, inside the group chat, you can also have a track on those particular developments, or how you can track on those particular file sharing and information sharing inside the group chat. Now that you have created this group chat, likewise you can create n number of group chat with your team and with your colleagues. For example, any project related group which has to be created with certain set of students, maybe a project one group, project two group, you can further go on and create the customized groups inside that. You can very well take an opinion of all the students at just a click of a button by using a poll option over here, wherein you can conduct the poll with your students to get the quick it is very quick to get the options. For example, when do you wish to conduct maths class? We can put over here Saturday, and then maybe a Monday, and then the students will be able to choose the respective options depending on their choose whatever the option they will choose, and they can select, and then you can decide on that. We can schedule it for the Saturday, or we can schedule it for a Monday. So it is very quick, but then just an additional option to of the messenger part. Now that we have this particular option over here, we also have an option to a calendar, which is a very powerful tool of a lark, wherein you can create a calendar. So this is very much important for all the faculties. Right now you must be using a Google Calendar, or maybe a manual paper calendar to put down the lectures in place, or put down the department wise, or sorry, class wise lectures. As a teacher, what I will do, as soon as I log in, I can go over here and the plus sign, I can click on the calendar and add calendar. I can click the name as class FYIT, and I can set the permission as private, so that only class FYIT people will be able to view that particular calendar. I can share add the members of class FYIT to be a reader for this particular calendar, and create this particular calendar. Now that I have created this calendar, I can schedule events on this particular lectures. For example, starting from Monday, or maybe let's assume that starting from Monday, every 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. there will be a maths lecture, maths 1 lecture, and then I can choose on the calendar that class FYIT and save. Now every students whoever subscribe to this particular calendar will be able to see their entire calendar of this particular the FYIT. For example, you wanted to keep this particular lecture as a recurring on a daily basis, you can maybe select every weekday and then you can save it. As soon as you do that, you will see this particular lecture is every Friday. It is a recurring meeting. So you can likewise you can create the customized calendar as per your classes, so that your students are aware about it, your teachers are aware about it, as well as your co-teachers who are teaching their science subject, or maybe engineering, electrical engineering subject, or maybe another engineering subject which are there. They can also track those particular lectures and timetable of each and every class. And on this particular bit, we also have an option. On the next section, we also have an option to create the folders on the shared scores. That is the third option, which is a docs, wherein you can have an option over here to create the multiple folders. For example, this is for the pharmaceutical, this is for the engineering folder, wherein inside the engineering folder I can very well add the important documents or class wise folders, or maybe a class wise details inside that, wherein I can store those particular folders. Now I do not have to go out of Lark to see where is my documents. Right now I'm sure you must be using a Google Drive, wherein you have important notes stored on the Google Drive, and then you are sending out the links to all the students. However, over here, students just have to search the whatever the document which has been shared with them. That's it, and you can give them a rights on the each and every shared folder. For example, on the engineering folder, you can go over here and then click on share. As you know, click on share, you will have an option to invite the class FYIT, and then you give them an option to view and send. As soon as you give them option to send, inside the class group chat, you can see over here that the folder has been already shared with them. This is the link to access that particular folder, and once the student will click on this folder, they can seamlessly access the information which are there inside the that particular folder, which is any notes, any important materials, any important documents which has been there. In addition to that, we also have option to create a document or create a sheet. So when I say create a document and create a sheet, it is similar to the Google Docs and Google Sheets. So when I click on that, I'm sorry. So when I click on that, I will have an option to create a document. I will also have an option to create a choose from the templates. However, I can write down and start my discussion. Let's say assume that a project of first year FYIT, and I can very well type over here that okay, what will be my project outline. Then further I can also add the group members inside that. Maybe a teacher is creating this document to monitor all the project developments which are assigned to the each and every student or a group of students. They can further add those particular separate students. For example, Jagdeep as a first student, and then maybe I will invite Pradeep as a second student to be a part of this particular project. Now, as soon as I at the rate and invite them, that is a tag and invite them, the Lark will send them a notification that the this teacher has invited you to this particular document to work on the project. And then further over here, you can then further add the images or to-do list. For example, please complete phase 1 of project by July end. And then I can add the necessary stakeholders, for example, Jagdeep, and I can mention him over here, and I can schedule a insert due date as well for that particular time period, so that he will get reminded for that particular task. Likewise, I can create a multiple to-do list, as well as I can add the important content from there, like table or image, or maybe a local file which I can fetch, maybe black book content, or maybe any videos which has been made, or any development which has been done for the physical project or any programming language, I can do that as well. You can also try, for example, there are computer students or IT students, they can start their code block inside this particular lark document as well, so that they can write down the sample codes inside the document, and they can check with their fellow teachers or group project leader with them, and then they can validate on the same document. You can very well control the sharing of the document, wherein with whom you can share and what rights you wanted to give them. You can very well control that as well. So this is how you can try and use the documents and use the lark documents and the lark sheets on the lark platform. On the last bit, that is, we also have a video conferencing capabilities, wherein you can conduct the video meetings with your students. For example, right now this is the maths lecture, wherein you are inviting class FYIT team, and then save it. It will give them invitation to join a meeting. So when I say join a meeting, they will have an option over here to start the video meeting. So teacher will have an option to start the video meeting, and then you can conduct this video session with your team members or with your students, and then you can start communicating inside the video session for your online lectures and everything. So this is all about the communication side and the calendar part and the docs and drive section of the Lark, wherein there are multiple also other features, just like a help desk, that is a bot for students. For now, I think there must be your students must be reaching out to the website for any help related to Kalasalingam Institute, like what is exactly the emergency contact details, or maybe a results announcement, or maybe a examination date. However, you can also create the student help desk on the Lark itself. So when I say student help desk on the Lark, I can very well upload the FAQs of the which are like student used to ask on a maybe a daily basis or a weekly basis. I can create that content from the backend, and I can then create the categories. Like I am, whether I am looking as a student, whether I am looking for a sports and cultural activities, or administration part, or academic part, or examination, I can click on that. For example, I am checking about the examination part. If I click on the examination, it will give me a seat allocation, results, and exam timetable. If I click on the exam timetable, I'll get the entire details, like are you looking out for a exam timetable of third year semester 1, or second year semester 1, or maybe likewise. And once you click on that, it will give you redirect you to the basically a link wherein the timetable is hosted on the Lark sheets, and then how you can so there is no involvement of your admin team, there is no involvement of your maybe a combined team which is there. Likewise, you can also have the emergency contact details. As soon as you click on this, you will have the all the emergency contacts over here. Also, then you have a cultural and sports activities related details, like photo galleries, sports committees. Do you want to join a sports committee over here? So for example, indoor sports committee, and if I click on the indoor sports committee, I will have an option like all the details of that particular president of that particular committee, and then I can connect with him to join that particular sports committee. So your student, as soon as they enter inside your Kalasalingam Institute, they don't have to actually ask each and every person, or maybe a student or fellow student or maybe a teacher. Will not get confused that okay, where should I connect, or where should I communicate, or where should I ask about these particular scenarios. They can very well go to the Lark and student help desk, wherein they will get all the answers. And this is just an example. You can create multiple FAQs depending on your requirement. So this is all about a help desk capabilities. You can also very well use the our workplace platform, but we would like to understand, maybe I will definitely work with Mr. Ram and Dr. Shashi as well, to understand more on the like how we can facilitate our satisfaction survey application, or maybe announcement application. For example, Dr. Shashi and major management team wanted to convey entire message to all the students across the Kalasalingam, maybe a 6,000 student or 7,000 student. At a click of button, they can use the announcement feature, so that they can send out the information to all the students, so that they can get aware about these things and any important notification. Admin or any exam related notification. For example, your exams are now scheduled to happen on the last week of December. You can very well announce that to the specific set of employees, specific set of students as well. So these are like, there are multiple workplace application in place. However, we would like to understand more from you, and then we will definitely help you on that particular bit. But for now, at the start, we would like to ask to use the login or registered. Once you receive the link, just log in and register your lark by using a your email address or phone number. Enter into the system, start communicating with your fellow faculties, because we haven't uploaded the students data yet. So you just have to communicate with your fellow faculties, start exploring each and every feature, start communicating with each other. Maybe a calendar, scheduling a calendar, or maybe creating a document, or sharing a file, or creating a shared folders. Just try and give it a shot, and then maybe basically you can also try a video conferencing capabilities as well within with your faculty members as well. So this is all about lark as a communication as well as a collaboration tool from my side. Pradeep Gangavne, please, if you wanted to highlight any more points, please feel free to add.
Hey, hi everyone. So first of all, thanks for listening through this session. Prathamesh, I think you covered most of the pointers. May I request you to walk through the document which talks about the UNESCO document, Prathamesh? If we can walk through that document, it would be great.
Yeah, sure.
So by the time Prathamesh shares the document, dear all faculty, just wanted to highlight a few critical things. I'm so sorry, I'm putting all of you on mute again. Yeah. So just wanted to highlight that while Prathamesh went on explaining how essentially can you tag people in the documents so that they receive notifications in real time, I would request all of you to highly encourage your students to download Lark not just on their laptop but on their mobile devices as well. And this is where the real power of Lark comes into play, because the applications that are there, the Lark application on the laptop as well as on their mobiles, are synchronized in real time. So even if they do not have the access to laptop at all points in time, they definitely should be close to their mobiles, right? So any important announcements, any critical exam related information that you want to maybe pass on to the students can be viewed by them in real time, just like they view any other messages on their mobile phones. So we would request you to encourage all the students to download Lark specifically on their mobiles as well as their laptops. Thanks.
Yeah. So I've shared the document. Can everyone see that? Prathamesh,
Yes,
Yeah, Pradeep, yeah, good.
yeah. All right. So as you can see here, we have been recommended by UNESCO for a remote learning sessions, specifically during this COVID-19 situation. There has been multiple initiatives across, and UNESCO has chosen us uh, for better conducting remote learning sessions. That's why I think when you see each of the component which Prathamesh has shared, you will see each of the elements which are listed over here. And I would like to just walk through in terms of how this organization is set up and how a day in a life would happen for a faculty member. So the very first step, the department and class setup, this is where I think our team would help in terms of building up the various departments, sub departments, as well as the teachers, the faculty members, the structure, the way we understand. We have like 400 faculty members, right? I'm sure each of them would be belonging to one particular engineering division or one particular subject division. So we will define the departments as per that. After we have finished that, this is the second step where we have sent the invite. I think this particular step has been done. So everyone will have got the invites. If there is any changes which needs to be done, the administrator can take care of all the changes which can be done as such. So these department and class setup is the first step for ensuring Lark Suite is deployed within your tenant. Once the setup is completed, then we go on the second use case, which is a class scheduling. This is again a case where how an individual faculty member can create the entire schedule for his subject, just like a calendar for a particular subject, which all the student has. Now this is a digital version where you can create a calendar, create all your lesson plan sessions, and then publish it, and the students who wants to join can subscribe to those particular calendar, see a visibility of the subjects, as well as see a visibility of the faculty member in terms of his or her schedule, and accordingly schedule one-on-one meetings or accordingly attend classes of that particular professors. One of the aspects which I would like to highlight is a faculty member can have multiple classes. Similarly, a faculty member can create multiple calendars for every teaching subject which he or she is looking out for, which is what the aspect of you can create multiple calendars, which is what was built in this particular Lark Suite, a smart calendar feature functionality. When we move out from calendars, online classrooms is where we have seen where we create a lesson groups basis the create group functionality, and we use our online video conferencing functionality to get the required classroom. I would like to also do a quick demonstration of the video conferencing facility as well. Once the classroom is set up, here students can share, rather student as well as the professors can share their screen and can use the lesson plan and can conduct the remote learning sessions. I'm sure mute unmute capability is required when you have multiple individuals. All these capabilities are present. For any unauthorized person to get into it, one of the best practices, you lock the meeting. We have all these feature functionality and many more which you will see in the roadmap. The class is conducted as a follow-up. The faculty member, he or she creates assignments and shares it with the classroom. He or she can assign it to an individual person, or it can be a group assignments. And all of this, they can work on as a student, they can work on this document, which is a collaborative document. Close to 50 odd students can work on the same document. Think about as an engineering project, which has been given to a group of students, and and each of the student can work on the document and put any kind of content, whether it is images, videos, whether it is a design, coding, anything they can put on this particular document, and which can be viewed by the project team leader or the professors as such. So this is just in a day in the life of how individuals, how a faculty member can conduct the class online classroom sessions. As we go along, we have multiple feature functionalities which we will enable it within your organization. I hope this walkthrough was useful. Saurabh, do we want to quickly demonstrate
Uh,
Lark?
yeah, so Pradeep, I believe we have demonstrated this everything. Maybe if you can take out a quick minute because, yeah, so maybe if you can quickly walk them through the VC functionality once again, if you want to, as part of the IM platform that we have. Or maybe what we can do is, otherwise, we can hand it over to Prathamesh for him to navigate the users as to how can they, on this very meeting, download Lark and be placed in their respective departments and groups.
Yeah, I think I would rather request then that Prathamesh, maybe in we have 15 more minutes to demonstrate what is the next step for this, for everyone to take out. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So as mentioned earlier that we have configured your details, that is your email address and phone numbers on the Lark admin panel, and with the help of Mr. Ram Harish, we have successfully added those particular details on the admin panel, and we are about to send an invitation link to all the faculty members. As soon as you receive the invitation link, what you have to follow in the very few step is just go to the Play Store or App Store of your mobile and download the Lark and use the same email address or phone number to log in and not to sign up. That's the only requirement from our side, wherein you will have to use the login as a your either your mobile number or a or an email address, and please click on the login and not sign up. That's the only requirement from our side.
Yeah, so request in case everyone can just now follow the steps. I hope each one of you would have access to your mobile phones or your emails, right? So if request if everyone can now follow the steps that Prathamesh is going to guide you on, so that we are yeah.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you. We are yet to send the invitation. So we after this call we'll be sending out the invitation with the help of Mr. Ram Harish.
Okay, okay.
So this is the UI of in the interface of the mobile, wherein you will get after downloading the app, you will get this particular first window, and the second window will be like that, wherein either you can use the mobile email address in this window, or if you wish to use your mobile number, you can click on the login with phone number, and you can use the mobile. For the email part or for the desktop app, what we have is the another set of instruction. I'll just initiate or open that, wherein similar to that you will receive an invitation link, and wherein if you haven't received the link, that's not the issue. You just have to go to the larksuite.com and download, and just click on the download option. Once you download and install the application, you will have an option to click on the enter your email address inside this. That is similar to the example what we have given. If you not wish to use the email address, you can use the phone number, login with phone number option, and then you can click on the next. You will receive a verification code on your entered email address or phone number, and then if you click on next, you will enter into the Lark environment of Kalisa Lingam environment of Lark, wherein you can start communicating with your team members. So that's it from my end. I would request Dr. Shashi to give their inputs because we are done from the demonstration part from our side.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Pratnesh. So, in this sense, you will be sending out after this, right? Since then you would, along with the help of Mr. Ramharish and Dr. Karnasamy, you'll be sending out the invites immediately after this call,
yes,
right?
you're right.
Oh, perfect, perfect. So why don't we go ahead and do that, and then maybe everyone can download Lark both on their desktop or on their mobile phones, or both, whatever they want to do, and give it a try for a couple of days. And maybe if necessary, if we have any major queries, we'll try to get it resolved internally, or if we require any other demo session, we'll get back to you and maybe we will schedule one towards the end of the week or early next week if needed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Dr. Sashi, the way I think I would recommend here is, uh, let let we will share the document, which I shared about the use cases. So each of them, for their day in a life, how they want to drive that particular sessions is something that we will look out for. The starting with very basic is creating those particular chat groups. Communication on that chat group is more important than using Lark Drive for adding all the lesson plans and then sharing it people. That is more important. And then how we can have the entire calendar for the university, how we can define that, because in prior experience has said, the administrator of an organization, he defines the entire calendar in terms of who's going to take what lesson plans when. So all that thing should be planned out in a much more smaller area, smaller scope, and then finally we go out for large video conferencing. I think these are four different dimensions that we would like you to consider while you go ahead to do this particular pilot.
Perfect. Got it. Got it.
Sir, I have a suggestion here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I suggest that we why don't we have a small group of people we trained within the university for this, and they would help the others in taking it forward.
Yes, sir. So basically, the idea is we want to get this started only for two summer term classes, two summer term max classes. So Ram Harish will coordinate with those faculty members, and they will initiate it, in terms of getting trained, involving the students, training, and all of that. On top of it, what I envision also is a communication channel for our faculty members amongst ourselves. Currently, what we use also, we could also use this as a replacement for our existing communication channels.
So let at least the maths faculty who will be using it for summer term get a first hand training from Lark.
Yeah. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
So we'll also be conducting regular trainings. While this is the first training that we have had with all of you, in due course of time we'll be conducting many more such trainings, because and as someone, one of you I think rightly recommended, that we are going to follow exactly the same approach, which is train the trainer. And that's the reason why we have all of you respected faculty members join us today, so that once you are absolutely hands-on with the application, you further can roll it out to all the respective classes that you teach, and they too can come up the curve.
Okay, then probably we can schedule those small sessions of training a group of faculty who are going to start it upfront now, and then take it to the next level.
Mr. Nagraj, I think if I heard you right, what you're saying is that you would initially want to try it out amongst yourselves, and that's exactly what we do recommend. While we have Dr. Ram and Dr. Karupa Sami as part of one of the groups that we have formed with them, we would highly recommend them to also have a WhatsApp group amongst all the faculty members, other than the groups that, the Lark group between the faculty members and the students, rather than, Okay, what we suggest you to do right now is, once you have downloaded Lark on your respective mobile phones and laptops, try and have certain faculty groups within the organization, within your institution, rather than straight away going for the faculty groups with your students, right? So once you are comfortable interacting with each other, once you try out a lot of use cases as rightly recommended today, on the lines of moving away maybe from WhatsApp, as Dr. Shashi rightly said, for all your official communication, please try and use Lark, try and exchange files over Lark, try and create some content over Lark, try and calendarize some of your internal discussions over Lark, and try and initiate some of your own meetings on Lark. Once you do all of that, will be the time when you will be hands-on, and then we would further look forward to Dr. Ram and Dr. Karupa Sami letting us know as to when exactly would they want us to have a few follow-up sessions conducted, follow-up training sessions conducted, which we will duly be following it up in the next week or so. But yes, yes, Dr.
Yes,
Shashi.
Saurabh. So basically, that's what I was just going to add on is like, initially we'll identify maybe a subset of the faculty members, maybe say about two or three from each department, or the numbers we'll talk internally and we'll get back to you. So we can have them as a trial group initially, and let them start. I mean, the link would go out to everybody, but this special group, subset group, would be using it more extensively. Whatever issues in terms of training, they'll get it clarified, and then later we'll propagate it to the larger audience.
Completely with you, sir. So what we have also done is on the internal group that we have, Dr. Ram and Dr. Rupasani, Prathamesh has shared a couple of activation documents essentially on how you start using LARC, right? This is a step-by-step process which will guide all the faculty members, and even otherwise, we would highly encourage the select group that you choose to visit our website www.larksuite.com. A lot of the features are self-explanatory, and in case the faculty members still have some doubts, they can very well share it with Dr. Ram and Dr. Karupasan. We'll take it up in our group internally. We'll try and respond it in real time so that all the information is being circulated within the faculty group first for them to be hands-on.
Perfect.
Great, great. So we see the participant strength has really swelled up, and thank you so much for that. We have 257 participants during the discussion right now. Any questions or queries that you might have, feel free to send it over the chat, and we are happy to take it up right away as well, so that there are no impeding queries, especially for some of the critical functions that we discussed today. So we are open. We will give everyone maybe another 5 odd minutes to just write down their queries, and then we'll all take it up one by one. Pradeep and Prathamesh, I hope it's okay with you if we overshoot a bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so please feel free. I think this is the right platform for all of us to engage, and we'll have to work together to make it successful, which is only possible when we come up with any queries that we have.
I think Vasudev, there is a specific query from Dr. Neelakantan who says, do you have class recording and automatic attendance recording facility?
So, Saurabh, let me read out that question for you. Dr. T.R. Neelakantan has asked, do you have class recording and automatic attendance recording facility within LARC?
So, I'll take it up. Class recording is video conferencing recording. So, that is available. Individuals, like the host of the meeting, he has an option to record the meeting, and the recording is all uploaded on the cloud. In regards to automatic attendance recording facility, I think that probably would mean in terms of how many are there. So if an individual looks into the recording, he can see all the individuals who are there in terms of the availability of that. But if you talk about a granular level, that is still in a roadmap in terms of who all at a granular level can be made. That is one. Then I see what is the meeting size. There is no limit in terms of when I say what is the meeting size. Is it the number of participants?
Number of participants, yes.
Yeah, 100. We have 100 as the for this version of the software. We have 100 as a participant. But if there are more in terms of more participant which needs to be viewing that particular lecture, then we have a live stream feature where there is a close to 1 million of individuals can look into the live streaming of that particular class. So there is absolutely no issue when it goes to live streaming. But for a video conferencing virtual meeting, 100 is the limit as of now, and we are slowly steadily moving to 300.
So, Pradeep, just to be clear on that note, so this could be for an individual class, right? Let's say, for example, for a management announcement, or let's say department-wise, college-wise announcement. Would you suggest such announcements can be made through live stream, or can there be a group that could address more than 300 or 400?
Yes, I think live stream is devised for having a group level address, just like a town hall meeting in a conference in an enterprise world. Just like at a university level, if there is a major function, you can use a live streaming functionality.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay. So, sorry, please proceed. Can I read out the next question?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Any possibility to verify the active participation of students based on usage using other windows, etc.? This is Vinavlin. The question is asked by Vinavlin. Any possibility to verify the active participation of students based on usage or using other windows? Like,
Yeah.
they're asking about a report kind of way, maybe how many hours they stayed on a VC call or their activities tracker maybe.
Yeah, I think this requirement will need a bit of definition in terms of what is the participation which is required. I think what I'll suggest is, Ashok, maybe these are questions which we can address, and maybe we can document it and then seek a clarification from the person. Maybe this is not the right forum right now.
Okay.
But then just to address the part at a admin level, we are working on building a analytical view about the students, or rather about the users who are present on the platform. So administrator can see how much of active participations is there for the particular individual. So that is there on the product roadmap that we can see as of now.
Great. So next question, is there any restrictions of time for the meeting?
No, there is no restriction of time. You can have as many meeting as you have in parallel, and there is absolutely no restriction of time. Some of the other content, some of the other competitor product, you see, they give a 40 minutes or whatever. We don't have any restriction as well.
And this is a question from Ms. P. Sivaranjana. Is it possible to use other apps like quizzes and gaming apps inside Lark, just like Google Classroom?
Yes. So currently we have Cole as an quizzes or survey related app, and you can have any app that you have included within your tenant through Lark Workplace. We can build any integration solutions as well. So as I mentioned, one of the aspect is Lark is an open platform, so it has APIs which which helps in terms of integrating any kind of solutions. Yes. So the answer is yes.
On that same, can already made polls and quizzes be imported to the portal, or do they have to create a brand new one when they are moving?
We will evaluate the what exactly those polls or quizzes are there, but we will have to see what is the current status, what is the tool.
Can I step in? To answer this question, so basically you can save the existing closed surveys or maybe quizzes as a template, and then you can use it for the next further process as well.
Great. That answers the question to Dr. Anish Nair. So next, Dr. Parni Chelvan, one of the major problems students face is network and data usage. Compared to Google Meet, will it use more data for 1 hour class? So do we have a measurement such as that? How much of data is consumed for a 1 hour class for a student? Any data available?
So Ashok, maybe I'll jump in here. Actually, it depends on a lot of features, or on a lot of factors rather, that whether or not the screen sharing is done, or whether the students are simply listening to the live stream that the faculty is doing for them, right? Because in majority of the cases, from where we see for Kalasa Linga, it will be either a meeting or a teacher live streaming their lectures, wherein the student participation in terms of them having their maybe video cam on might or might not be required. So it completely depends on that. But yes, especially in case of live streaming, the bandwidth consumption would be very, very minimal, and it should support on the majority of the networks. Even if it is a mobile network, the live streaming feature should absolutely support that.
Okay. So one more, just few more questions on that. I think we can call it a day after. So Dr. Rajesh yes wants to know if video is uploaded, is it possible to check whether he or she has watched the complete video?
No, that feature is not present currently. But if there is some requirement like that, we can evaluate if we have an app or if there is an existing LMS. I believe this is from an LMS platform,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in my view, I think LMS platform we will have to integrate per se. But that's something that we can discuss it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a second. Just
yeah.
a second. For the previous question, that is the data that could be consumed. I don't know why this question basically has come up because students would have subscribed for some sort of a mobile data wherein they have a limitation of 1.5 GB per day. So how would that how much data would a student consume if he is sitting for a 4-hour class?
Okay. So Pradeep, that was Dr. Nagaraj Ramara, Vice Chancellor of the university, and he again wants to circle back the question to which Saurav answered. If you would like to maybe if you can maybe quickly brief on that, just to be clear for all of us in the crowd.
Yeah, I think I'll have to check in terms of the data, but 1 hour class, depending upon how many individuals exist and depending upon the Swift mode, I think it should be less than 200. I think 200 MB per se is what I can imagine. But I'm assuming that okay, it is all video. There's a lot of content. I'm imagining as a very heavy usage of that particular environment where a lot of videos are there. So 200 MB is what I can probably give as a high level figure. But let me, Mr. Nagraj, let me get back to you on this.
So, again, if I could interrupt you, because basically when we had this issue, when we run online classes recently, using Zoom, we could not schedule more than 4 classes which were scheduled for 40 minutes each. Because by the time they could complete the 4 classes, their base data would dry out.
Yeah. No, I understand. This is definitely a requirement as an industry, right? Or rather, this is a good problem statement to have, and we'll have to see whether the individual have to move on, take that higher data package, or we'll have to have some efficient way of running a program, whether it has to be only through videos upload or download. See, VC is a very I would say data consuming video conferencing feature functionality. Now if we can have other ways of optimum ways which I was referring to earlier, that will certainly, we'll have to evaluate those options, okay, in terms of using chats, calendars as well as Drive to see how we can facilitate this work. So Mr. Nagraj, let me come back to you on what is the kind of metrics that we'll have to plan for, whether it is a VC for 4 hours, whether it shoots above 1 GB or 2 GB. Let me get back to you on that part.
Sure. Sir, if Dr. Ramarav, if I may, can I proceed with just 2 more questions and then we could call up the day, sir?
Yeah.
So, Dr. Dhanpal Naidu has asked, is it possible to have apps like OpenBoard or something which feel us that we are in the classroom? I guess we have to have a little bit more clarity on what the app OpenBoard does. But I think it's somewhere more like an annotate feature, because in the same line, we also have Jim who has asked the question, can we annotate on or similar to whiteboard while taking lecture? Also, Dr. Karthik wants to ask, can host control activities of students scribbling and drawing while using an annotate. As silly as it may sound, but this is a real problem. This is faced by faculties across whoever is using any tool of that sort. So, Pradeep, I'm curious to see if we have any control over such.
So I the closest I can respond to you is we have a whiteboard app which we can include in within your tenant where the annotation options are given. Now the uh, app can be installed certain users only, which would help in terms of controlling these activities. So the app can be only enabled to certain faculty members only who will have the annotation features.
That's great.
Yeah, I hope that answers.
Yeah, sure it does. Dr. L. Lakshmi Tilagam has asked, do you have auto admission facility to a meeting? Auto admission facility. I mean, I think this would mean like participants can automatically join a meeting.
I'm just thinking about. So I just want to. Yes, so I think if you have a meeting ID, you can definitely join the meeting.
This is a commerce department. I think you might have covered this, but if any one student absent for the particular class, do you have any option to intimate their parents immediately after the class over? Further, do you have any facility to add parents' contact number for sharing information about their wards? Pradeep, your thoughts?
Maybe Ashok, I'll pitch in here. So very, very relevant and a practical question, no matter how strange it sounds at this time, but yes, now this is a genuine requirement. So on that note, what I would suggest is if you can, as faculty members, also create similar groups with the class, with their parents, right? So this is not only limited to the students. You can very well have the parents invited as part of being in touch with all the faculty members at any point in time, because of course now we do not even have a provision wherein you can regularly update the parents. You can call them to the university and update them on their board's progress. So again, on that note, would highly encourage, because obviously you'll be keeping a track of the board's performance in terms of the overall lectures attended, in terms of the overall assignments completed, how he or she has been faring in the examinations, the term or the annual examinations. And specifically for that reasons, again, we would highly encourage you to have a separate board with the parents, wherein there can be one-on-one interactions between you and the parents as faculty members and the parents. And yeah, of course, this can very well be taken care of. I do not see any parents objecting to getting being on LARC, just to be in touch with all the faculty from the institute and getting a comprehensive overview of the progress that their boards are making. I think they should be able to do that.
Great. So, Saurabh, I think with that we could conclude the Q&A session. Thank you so much, you, Tekmil, and Pradeep for taking all these questions. I would like to have Dr. Shashi to say a few comments or thoughts about this, and maybe after Shashi, Saurabh, you could conclude the meeting with your thanks note.
Okay, so just to add on and to also reiterate what was discussed before. So basically now you would go ahead and send the invitations to all after this meeting, and we would select a selected group of a subset of our faculty members who would be involved in, I would say, a vigorous usage of this application going forward, and later we would take it to the entire audience after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So during the process, any feedback is there, kindly share with Ram Harish so that he would in turn take it to the LARC faculty members.
Dr. Shashi, sorry to interrupt, we have already sent the invitation.
So you've sent it, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Shashi. So I would like to again thank Dr. Shashi, Dr. Nagaraj Ramarao, Dr. Vasudevan, and Ram Harish and Dr. Karpusamy for doing all the excellent coordination and support for this. Saurav, over to you, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Ashok, and thank you so much, Dr. Shashi. It's not every day that we come across such a strong advocate of technology as you, and someone who actually wants to be at the forefront of all the developments taking place. I think all of us are now well versed with the fact that remote learning is going to be the way forward, right? So please do start accepting this as the reality. I'm sure majority of you would already have, but yes, would highly encourage each one of you to start accepting these times to be there for good now, because none of us, number one, know when are the classes going to resume. And even if the physical classes resume, there is no guarantee of the longevity, right? On how long can it last, or in case we are going to have a relapse of this whole COVID-19 situation. So yes, I think the sooner all of us get used to adopting and learning technology and loving technology for the sake of not just our respective jobs or careers, but also as an enabler for us to kind of lead the way in this direction. I believe Kalasalingam would be one of the very few institutes, not just in South India, but pan India, to adopt a comprehensive unified communication and collaboration platform like LARC for all the learning continuity needs. And now it is a collective responsibility of all of us, the LARC team, as well as all of you faculty members, because each one of you is further responsible for the adoption of LARC within your respective classes. So I would respect and appreciate all of us coming together and making this a success, wherein we would start initially with a few select use cases as discussed today, but hopefully in another couple of months down the line, we should be able to leverage LARC for a lot of additional functionalities. Just to reiterate, just to answer one more thing, I think a lot of you had the question whether or not LARC can integrate with XYZ softwares or applications. So one answer to that would be that till the time we know the APIs of the application or the software, it is possible for us to integrate any application or software with LARC Suite today or 5 years down the line. So this is LARC Suite is going to be future proof for your education continuity needs, is what I can promise, being a LARC representative. And we are very, very eager and excited to have such a prestigious group of institutions decide on moving ahead and form an association with us. So thank you so much once again. It's been a great experience for all of us to be giving you this demonstration and answering all your questions. I hope more of such constructive feedback coming our way that will further help us to help you in turn, and for all of us to successfully adopt LARC very, very shortly for Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Larti. Pratmesh, I just got information that people have not received it in their email or cell phones yet. If you could go ahead and resend that, that will be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, it will take some time because the numbers are not good. So it will take some time, but then we will make sure that within next 1 hour, if it is not there, we will resend the invitations.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you all. Thanks.